Et salut tout le monde, c'est Jordan, bienvenue à toutes et à tous pour ce 24e, cette 24e case du calendrier de l'Avent de la chaîne Casu. Wow, ça commence à être dur, hein. J'enchaîne les tournages pour terminer, pour que vous ayez cette 24e case le jour du 24 décembre. Merci à tous d'avoir suivi l'ensemble de ces 24 vidéos. Alors pour le coup, ça n'aura pas été simple, je l'admets, hein, avec pas mal de retard, etc. et des complications, beaucoup de complications sur les tournages. Mais je suis allé jusqu'au bout du principe et rien que ça, je suis très content de moi. Donc on va terminer ensemble Willy Morgan, The Curse of Bountown, et pour le coup on est bloqué sur ce bateau à la recherche d'indices qui vont nous permettre de répondre aux questions du capitaine. Et clairement j'ai testé toutes les phrases, toutes les combinaisons, aucune ne marche. Donc ça veut dire qu'il y a clairement des choses qu'on doit aller chercher.
These are books on dressmaking in the 1600s. Evidently, Kid cared about being up to date on the evolution of European costumes. Or some guest left them during his holiday on the Adventure Galley.
Ok, on va regarder par la faute.
They look like nautical charts, probably routes of the Adventure Galley. Life on the Seas, Rules and Tasks on Board a Ship, by William Kidd. It seems Kidd was writing a treatise. Interesting. Don Quixote de la Mancha. It's one of the first editions. Dad looks busy. He completely got into the role.
On a des indices. Donc on sait la réponse pour la deuxième. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est la deuxième question. C'est quoi les règles qui s'appliquent sur le bateau? Par contre, du coup, j'ai toujours pas d'indice pour les autres.
It's one of the galley's cannons.
Ok.
It's an old cannon. It will be more than 300 years old, at least as old as the Adventure Galley.
300 ans, d'accord. Ça me donne pas l'indice que je veux, mais bon, on va finir par trouver.
It's a relatively new cannon. Probably after the last battle, Kidd replaced the cannons that weren't working anymore.
Donc c'est le dernier canon.
It's one of the oldest cannons on the ship. It has probably never been replaced. You can tell by the notches engraved on it. Every notch shows a battle in which it was shot. 8 notches, so 8 battles. An interesting tidbit of information. I guess it's still armed and ready to fire.
Ok. Eh ben ça c'est une info intéressante. Ça veut dire qu'on a normalement tout ce qu'il faut pour répondre aux questions du capitaine. Allons-y. Toc toc. Bonjour.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
J'ai besoin de la clé de la cale,
I'll
s'il vous
need the
plaît.
key to access the hold.
You still aren't an official member of the crew. You must earn this honor. Every new member must get to know the ship.
I think I'd
Blah
like
blah
See
blah
it
blah blah.
first.
Alors, Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Second question. According to which code have the rules of life on board been drafted?
La vie en mer de Kid.
Life on the Seas, by Kidd.
Third and last question. How many battles have we faced until today?
8.
8.
Well done. You have the honor of becoming one of Kidd's pirates. Among us, there's a pact of mutual friendship and loyalty. You deserve the key to access the hold.
Thanks, Captain. I'm honored to be part of your crew. Sorry, Captain. I'll leave you to your business.
Good. Go back to your duties, deckhand.
Allez, go. On va pouvoir aller dans la cave. Qu'est-ce qu'on va découvrir? J'en sais rien. On va découvrir des trucs. On est bientôt à la fin du jeu, donc vous me direz...
It's surely the door that leads to the hold. It's locked. Who knows for how long? I have to find the key to enter. I could ask the captain if he knows where I can find it.
Ok, donc là, hop, on va insérer la clé.
Perfect. Wow! The legends were true. This is the result of years of piracy in all the seas of the world.
Waouh, en effet, ça brille.
It surely contained some spices. They were very precious goods. I don't need it now. It probably contains vanilla or cardamom. They were worth a lot of money on the European market.
De la vanille et de la cardamone, d'accord.
I'm not interested in taking these coffee beans. I'm already wide awake, especially after finding my dad. Coffee beans. Kid and his crew knew their value very well.
Des caisses.
They will surely be full of doubloons or jewels, but now I have other priorities. Crates and coffers. They will surely be full of jewels and gold.
Masque.
It's a mask. It doesn't seem to come from the Americas. I think it's the loot plundered from the assault on some ship coming from Europe.
Uh-huh.
It won't be useful like this. They will surely, but now... The temptation to examine or take some of those coins is strong, but Dad takes precedence over everything. First, I have to take care of him, and then together we'll study the galley and its treasure. Coins and jewels of various kinds. There are also vases with sublime finishes.
Ok. Ah, là aussi, il y a un truc.
They all have to be dated and catalogued, even if I'd like to dive into it, like in the comic books.
Comme dans les bandes
Doubloons and other
dessinées.
coins. Surely the bounty from a raid of some ship headed from the Americas to Europe.
Ok. Je sais pas pourquoi, je sens qu'on va avoir activé un truc. Ça va puer.
It's one of the old, you can tell by every knot, 8 notches. I guess it's still armed and ready to fire. Why on earth, when it was opened,
Ok, on va remonter. On va remonter, paf. Qu'est-ce qu'on doit faire maintenant?
it's a wooden mannequin. There's an inscription. They used it.
Est-ce que je peux, par exemple, le positionner ici?
That is not a... That is not...
Est-ce que je peux couper des champignons? This is the good question.
It has lots of... It's not helpful to...
Non.
I don't think that... I think they can be...
Non, bah apparemment non. Donc clairement, l'utilisation que je peux en faire, ça va être vraiment... je sais pas. En fait, je sais pas, sincèrement. Est-ce que... Est-ce que je peux tirer au canon? Genre faire croire qu'il y a un ennemi. C'est peut-être ça qu'il faut faire.
I think they can be used in a more useful way.
Boîte d'allumettes. Tire.
I should have a very valid reason to do something like that.
Non. Nope, 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 nope. Donc ça veut dire qu'il va falloir que j'attire l'attention de mon père avant.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Non.
Sorry,
Good.
Qu'est-ce que je dois faire maintenant? Qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Eh ben écoutez, je vais essayer de trouver ce que je dois faire et je vous retrouve tout de suite. Recoucou, ça y est, j'ai trouvé. Alors du coup, je vous ai pas enregistré la petite séquence juste avant, mais en gros, le jeune Willy expliquait que le mannequin servirait de toute façon à attirer l'attention de son père à l'extérieur pour qu'il puisse rentrer dans son bureau afin d'enquêter.
I don't want to take it back. I think it's a wooden mannequin.
Très bien. Donc on va lui
A
mettre un
classy
chapeau.
touch. The hat makes it look more important. It's Jimbo, but it's still missing something to be credible.
Ouais, on va lui mettre des
They seem the
vêtements.
right size. I don't think there was much variety of measurements on a pirate ship. It's starting to look like a member of the crew. This gives it an aura of mystery. It's Jimbo, but it's still missing something to be credible.
Et on va lui donner une épée, tiens.
Let's try to make it meaner. Discreetly threatening. I placed it here for a specific reason. It's useless to move it.
Allez, allons parler à notre père. Allons l'avertir qu'un ennemi est sur le bateau.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Capitaine, Morgan est sur le pont principal.
Captain, there's Morgan on the bridge.
Morgan. Damn scoundrel. You finally came back for the final showdown. It's really you, foul traitor. What nerve you dare show. By returning to the ship you turned your back on after it welcomed you as a child. Prepare yourself to face my wrath.
While Dad is busy, I can access the captain's cabin.
You won't get far.
Allez, go. Regardons un petit peu tout ça. Il n'y a pas 10 milliards de trucs à regarder. Il y a une statue, un calice.
Dad has placed the logbook to protect the chalice's contents. Since I'm here, I better take them both.
Tac, tac, tac. Le calice et le journal.
The same acrid smell of the mushrooms I saw in the cave emanates from the chalice. This could explain many things. Dad managed to survive all these years on a mixture of water and mushrooms. Even in small quantities, they sustain any organism that feeds on them and provide vital energy. On the other hand, they're also a powerful hallucinogen. Dad's state of shock following his fall from the cliffs, combined with the sight of Kid's ship, made him believe that he was the captain. If he keeps drinking from this chalice, he might never wake up. I have to get rid of this chalice. Professor Jones taught us that a strong adrenaline rush will counteract the mushroom's effect. First the chalice and then the adrenaline. One thing at a time.
Ensuite.
These are the nautical charts of the galley. They will be worth a fortune. With these, it traces the ship's routes and identify the places it visited. I can't deal with this right now. It's more urgent to get out of here with Dad. With these, it'll be possible to reconstruct the history of the ship, follow the routes it traveled, and identify the ships and cities. It's the statue of a dragon. It was also...
Et la statue.
It's the statue of a dragon. It was also Kid's nickname. Other than Scourge of the Seas, he was known as the Sea Dragon for the firepower of his cannons. Better leave it where it is. I don't need it to get Dad out of here. Kid, the Sea Dragon. The adventure galley was equipped with extraordinary weapons, which is the reason it became legendary.
Ok. Bon. Et bah du coup, c'est parfait. On va pouvoir sortir. Oh non.
Don't show your face again. Look who's back. Henry and his kid, the young Morgan.
How did you manage to get here, Steve?
It wasn't difficult. I was looking for you all over town, and suddenly, a stroke of luck, I saw you entering the crypt in the graveyard. I waited for you a long time. Eventually, I decided to enter and I saw a tunnel. Henry, I didn't think you were still alive. I am partly relieved. My regret was consuming me. In the end, you were right. Kid's ship was docked here in Bumtown.
How dare you come aboard my ship without permission and offend a member of my crew? Who are you?
Henry, don't you recognize me? It's me.
Dad! Captain! It's Blackbeard. He was also able to get on board.
Oh le malin.
Yes, I recognize you now. I see that you and Morgan are still inseparable. You're just like him.
Henry, not again.
You leave me no choice.
I understand, Henry. I'm ready.
On guard.
Whatever you want, Henry.
The day of reckoning. Finally.
We'll see who comes out victorious.
Prepare yourself.
I was born ready.
Can't you do any better?
You'll see.
Let's see what you can do.
On guard.
Ah oui, d'accord. Donc du coup, ils peuvent combattre et moi, je peux faire autre chose en même temps. D'accord. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Qu'est-ce que je peux faire?
Do any better?
You'll see.
I have to get rid of it.
Let's see what you can do.
On guard.
I can't use this cannon. It's one of the galley's cannon.
I can't let you go.
Nobody wants to escape.
I need this
Ok, et ben écoutez, je vais m'enfuir vite fait. Et je vous retrouve dès que j'ai fini un truc là, je relance un montage et j'arrive. Recoucou. Alors, on va placer eh bien tout simplement ça dans le canon.
I should have a very valid reason to do something like that. It should work. It's not a cannonball, so it won't have such a devastating effect. And now the coup de grâce. Fire!
Fire! Go!
I did it! Heck, I didn't see that coming. The racket from the cannon was more devastating than the shell itself. Better go back on deck and alert Dad.
Ouais, grouillons-nous. Grouillons-nous.
You don't stand a chance this time.
We'll see. I admit it. You defeated me, Henry.
A victory over a man who was once a friend has no value for me.
Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt your duel, but I think we need to go. The cave is collapsing.
Captain, what are you talking about?
The adrenaline caused by the duels with Jimbo and Steve is reducing the effect of the mushrooms. Hurry, let's go. There's not much time.
Not before seeing the treasure. I've never been so close to it, and I have no intention of leaving now.
But Steve, not now. There will be other opportunities in the future.
Yes, Steve. The kid's right. Let's run while we still can.
Henry, do you recognize me?
Steve, is that you? Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. It feels like I just woke up from a long dream.
There's no time, Dad. Let's go.
Dad? How come? Who?
You go! I want Kid's treasure. It represents my whole life's work. Henry, just know that I didn't want any of this to happen.
Steve!
Farewell.
Dad, let's go.
Okay, I'll follow.
Oui, je
Dad,
commande plus parce
I
que c'est la
finally
fin
found
du
you.
jeu.
Willy, is that really you? How long has it been?
10 years, Dad. 10 very long years.
10 years. So this means you received my letter.
Yes, but why did you only have it delivered after all this time?
I sensed that something was wrong with Steve. I could see it in his behavior. When I realized that the search for Kid's treasure was becoming an obsession, I started to suspect that he could hurt our family. I hid my piece of the map and decided to deal with him. You are a Morgan. You have the spirit of adventure in your blood. But you were only 5, and I didn't want to trouble Mom with such a burden. I hoped that in 10 years Steve's obsession would vanish. I decided that if anything ever happened to me, you, after turning the necessary age, would be ready to pick up from where I left off. So I sent the post-dated letter.
I read Steve's diary. I know you fell off the cliff. How did you survive?
A stroke of luck. I fell right into the sea, and the tide pushed me toward an underwater passage that led directly to the cave. I wanted to find a way to get back to the surface, but I had to recover my strength first. The last thing I remember is some really delightful mushrooms. Then, it's all a blank.
Dad, let's go back home. We have a lot of things to talk about. Plus, we have to find a way to tell Mom without making her faint.
Oh, Elizabeth. Yes, we should go back.
Ready to leave Bonetown once and for all?
Bonetown is not a bad town. As soon as the legal formalities are arranged, we could think about coming back here. Remember, deep inside the cave is still the adventure galley. Who knows how much it can still tell the world about the golden age of piracy.
Speaking of which, when I took the chalice, I also brought the ship's logbook with me. Here it is.
Ok, cool. Eh bien écoutez, voilà, c'est la fin de Willy Morgan and the Curse of Bonetown. Un jeu très sympa. Pour le coup, je suis pas déçu, parce que en tout cas pour le budget, pour les enjeux, c'est un très bon jeu. Franchement, c'est un très très bon jeu. Il y a aucun souci là-dessus. C'est fait par des passionnés, donc c'est intéressant. Il y a du scénario, il y a de la recherche, parce que clairement le jeu te guide pas non plus. Alors ça, par contre, c'est vrai que moi j'ai un peu de mal. C'est-à-dire que être abandonné comme ça, il faut que je note davantage un petit peu toutes les pistes pour pouvoir les explorer. Mais clairement, le jeu, pour ce qu'il est, vraiment, il fait le taf. C'est très très cool. Bon, graphiquement, voilà, ça pète pas non plus très très haut, mais il y a des envies, il y a des essais, il y a des choses très intéressantes. Est-ce que ça augure une suite ? J'en sais rien du tout. Si c'est le cas, eh ben écoutez, ça sera d'autant plus intéressant qu'on pourra faire la suite. Merci à tous d'avoir regardé cet épisode un peu plus court que les autres, je dois l'admettre, mais voilà, le jeu est terminé. On se retrouve très vite sur la chaîne Casu pour de nouvelles aventures. En attendant, n'hésitez pas à checker régulièrement la chaîne et à vous tenir au courant. Je vous fais des gros bisous et je vous dis à ciao bye.